Hi friends, let's discuss something about types of shares. Types of shares. See, we all know that there are two kinds of shares. What are the equity shares and the preference shares? Preference. What are the types in them? I mean to say, what are the type in them? So equity shares are of two types. Equity shares of voting rights with voting rights. This is mentioned under section 47 subsection 1 of Companies Act 2013. Equity shares with differential voting right or without voting right. It is stated in the share capital and debenture rules 2014. So equity shares are divided into two types: with voting rights, without voting rights, or differential voting rights. With voting rights is described under section 47(1), and differential is described, differential without voting rights is stated in the share capital and debenture rules 2014. Okay. So what about preference shares? Types of preference shares. Preference shares can be divided into many types. Based on the perception you see. Based on the perception you see. If you divide them on the basis of participation, there are of two types: participating, non-participating shares. There are two types. What is participation? What is participating and non-participating shares? Participation is that after payment of equity shares with a dividend, they stand in the line next to them for the remaining sum to be distributed along with them. See, let me give an example. A company has got a 10 lakhs profit. It is divided 2 lakhs to the preference shareholders, 5 lakhs to the equity shareholders, and these 3 lakhs are divided among both of them, equity shareholders and preference shareholders. This type of right is known as participating right. So the basic question is, why will the equity shareholders leave these 3 lakhs? Why don't they distribute all the 8 lakhs? See, whenever the preference shareholders of participating in right are issued, they clearly mention that after payment of preference dividend, the particular percent of equity dividend is paid and the remaining is allowed to be participated by the preference shareholder. That's what it exactly means. So that is participating shares. When do they know that our preference shareholder is participating? It is clearly mentioned during the time of issue. Non-participating shares are the shares other than participating shares. How many types of shares are there based on accumulation? Types of preference shares. How many types of preference shares are based on accumulation? What is accumulation? There are two types: cumulative, non-cumulative. What is accumulation? See, if there is any loss during a year and you have no money to pay to the preference dividend, one thing you must clearly understand, that preference dividend is no compulsion. The compulsion is only that whenever you pay equity dividend, you must have paid the preference dividend. That's it. There is no compulsion to pay every year the preference dividend. So whenever you don't have any money and you just skip off, you are unable to pay the dividend, the cumulative type of preference shares, in the next year, whenever the profit comes, they have the right to be given, they have the right to take the dividend of the previous years which the company has kept. Without giving them, the company cannot give even a single rupee of dividend to the equity shareholders. So that's what the cumulative dividend stands for. What is non-cumulative dividends other than cumulative? What are the other than cumulative? See, whenever a company skips, like if there is no profit, that's it for this year. If there is no profit and no dividend is given, that's it. In the next year, only the respective year's dividend is given, nor the previous pending years will not be encouraged. That's what it stands for. So based on accumulation, it's finished. Based on redemption, how many types of preference shares are based on redemption? Redeemable, irredeemable. Redemption: redeemable, irredeemable. Redeemable after a expiry of certain period. Say, now I have issued preference shares stating that these shares are redeemable after the expiry of 10 years. That is what one statement. Or the next point is redeemable after a expiry of certain period, and the next is at a particular date. These shares are redeemable on so and so date, and so and so date. You can redeem these shares in two ways. So let's have a small discussion. If redeem, sorry, I mean we have skipped irredeemable shares. What are irredeemable shares? In India, we means to say generally irredeemable shares are the shares which are not redeemable. But in India, the shares which are redeemable after the expiry of 20 years from the date of issue is also be termed as irredeemable shares. So what is irredeemable shares? Irredeemable shares which is not redeemable in general sense in India and includes of redeemable after the expiry of 20 years. It is also known as irredeemable shares. So whenever you're gonna redeem shares, redeem preference shares, if at all you are redeeming at premium, face value of shares should be paid out of fresh issue of shares or out of profits available for dividend. I mean to say out of profits available for dividend. This term is technically somewhat tricky. You have reserves. I mean to say, what is the profits available for dividend? It's like general reserve or results and surplus. These are the. So what to do? We have results and surplus. We are paying of the money. What is the general entry? We generally pay that preference shareholders account debited to cash account. So where is the reserves are involved in it? So whenever you pay out of these reserves, as soon as you pay out of these reserves, the reserve must be transferred to the CRR account. This is known as transfer redemption from the out of profits or available for dividend. Premium paid out of profits, you are redeeming at premium. Where do you pay this premium from? These are paid from profits or capital profits. If no profits are available for dividend, you pay it from the capital profits or securities premium. This is first preferred. Whenever you pay the premium with premium, first thing is securities premium is preferred. There is no securities premium, you pay off from the profits. No profits, I mean to say no revenue profits, you go with the capital profits. So we are a bit far and we are towards the accounting. So there it is. Types: redemption, no, conversion. Types of preference based on conversion: convertible, non-convertible. You have an option to convert equity shares. You have an option for these shares to be converted into equity shares after a specified period. No conversion is possible. So what is this conversion? We go into a detail. So after a specified period, it is termed in the issue time that after a specified period, these preference shares have the right to be converted into equity shares. These are known as convertible shares. When there is no such point in the issue, then these shares are non-convertible shares. So whenever a general preference shares is issued, which type does it falls under? That is non-participating, cumulative, redeemable, non-convertible. Whenever a preference shares is issued without specifying any of this based on what it is, it generally in India means non-participating, cumulative, redeemable, convertible preference shares. This is what it stands for. So have I left any topic? That's it. Let's have a quick glance. How many types of shares? There are two kinds of shares: equity shares, preference shares. How many kinds of shares? 1 point. How many types of shares? With or equity shares with voting rights, with a differential, or without voting right? It's section 47(1) companies rules 2014. In see, the same shares, it is divided into based on participation, accumulation, redemption, conversion. Participating, non-participating, cumulative, non-cumulative, redeemable, non-redeemable, conversion, non-convertible. See, the same preference shares, one thing, the same one share can be termed based on using accumulation, participation, redemption, and then another is participation, accumulation, redemption, conversion. So this is, when you see the same share, you have one share. It, when you see through accumulation, it might be a cumulative, non-cumulative. It is one type. When you see through participating, it's like participating or non-participating. It is like one type. The one share has many properties. It's like it can be of 4 types of preference shares. I mean to say, one share of preference shares will come under the 4 types of heads. It has like 4 bosses. So that's it, friends. Thank you. Do share and subscribe for the latest updates of every subject you wanna get. Thank you.